It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field.
And bringing them out is the rare southpaw in his fourth year, coming off his best season as a pro, Tua Tagovailoa.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Walker with a grab. Left side. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
First down, Las Vegas.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
The Raiders at 6-4 now on the year. And they're coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Talk about this Miami defense.
They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack. That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Dolphins getting set for their first drive.
They're brought out by a former #1 overall pick coming off one of his best seasons ever in year 7 of his career, now in year 8, Jared Goff.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
To throw on 2nd down is Goff.
Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Gone. And the Raiders have got him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7, though, on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 48-yard line.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Game on the play. 2nd and 10. At their 48-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Tua now on first down. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And the Las Vegas first down.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
But we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's a 2nd drop right here in the first quarter.
I was going to say only in the first quarter. Certainly a ship that he wants to right quickly. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want it to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Goff's throw here, taken in by Knox. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Holding offense.
That's Will Hernandez, former 2nd rounder out of UTEP. Here's Hall again.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And that is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Tua.
They'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down, Raiders.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Here's Tua.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
2nd down and 3.
As they've got it as we resume action. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
Repeat of the last play, finding Walker.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Tua going to throw. Finding Walker complete.
They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas.
48 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Walker is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
Holding offense.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Tua.
He'll get this to Elliott.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Play action, now it's Tua.
To the sideline and incomplete.
The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Ball under 32, it's 2nd and 2. Paul on a give up the middle.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On first down, it's gone.
He dumps this one
in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw is Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
At the Dolphins' 27-yard line.
Looking to pass. Tua.
That'll be caught by the tight end, Keene.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Raiders first down.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And he rifles one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, Parker. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Here's Walker.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown.
Ken Walker, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year.
And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're
down.
You
don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down.
Straight ahead, Walker.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this first and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And they're going to get it. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. This will cost him 11 yards there on the second and goal sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal.
Tua sets up to pass it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, is continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here first and 10. Goff now looks to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw here going to be caught by Wilson.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On first down, Goff.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Goff now to throw.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime. Past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Second half starts with a run by Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, here's your bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 48 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
At the 40-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Man open. That's Ray McCloud. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Goff firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Throwing again is Goff. A throw out wide going to be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Now throw right side here going to be incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. On now the Miami field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his
His kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Kenneth Walker with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Goff again. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Trying the left side with Walker. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right? To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
Give him 32 on the play.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's got Otten. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Off of play action, Tagovailoa.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. 2 now, 3rd and goal. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Now Goff on 1st down. Caught. It's Wilson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 5. They'll give to Hall.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little
False
early.
start, offense.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Goff. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Walker to start the drive. To the 43, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that will be incomplete. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Goff on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Goff. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Micah Parsons
in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The offense on 3rd down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. And he's going to be taken down
Parsons. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Raiders! Justin Ross, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. On 1st down, it's Goff. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Micah Parsons in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Goff. Chris Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
First carry for James Conner. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Just a yard in the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
Goff now looks to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Goff.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
It's going to be a runner. It's going to be a thrower. Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6.
So from the 26-yard line, here's a second down and 4.
At the Dolphins' 26-yard line.
Tua going to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
A loss of 12 yards. And it's third.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Raiders.
Now Tua. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Dolphins force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
After the interception, here's Goff. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Jackson Hill on the coverage.
From the gun, here's Goff. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Tyree Wilson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They run behind center with Connor. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
Now a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas